Hello, folks, and welcome to LivePlay Sports.tv Friday Night Football. The band marching off the field after our national anthem. You see us here at the College of the Canyons tonight for this high school matchup between the 5-0, 1-0 in league play West Ranch Wildcats against the Saugus Centurions. They're 3-3 overall and 1-0 in the Foothill League. A Foothill League matchup tonight. I'm Patrick O'Sullivan with your play-by-play, joined tonight by Eddie Pence with your color commentary. West Ranch opening last week with a victory in league play over Canyon with 35 unanswered points, 35-14 victory, and that was speared by Weston Egan's touchdown run very end of the first half. If they did not score in their first scoreless first half of this season, but Egan, who took over a couple weeks ago for quarterback Colton Mitchell, who led this team to such a strong start, unfortunately out for the season with a cracked shoulder. And there you see. Numbers of the Saugus Centurions, who are coming in from opening 17-0 shutout in Golden Valley. The man on their side, their do-everything man is running back Quentin Schaefer. And there you see a 2017 comparison team. We talked about the records. The balanced attack for the Wildcats and a little mixed bag on the side of the Centurions. See the glaring stat touchdown comparison 33-19 and then sacks 17-5, getting the ball. Especially in that second half. Canyon running back Ryan Valdez, a lot of power running in the first half here. About to get underway already with the kickoff. West Ranch kicking off to Saugus. Taking at the 3-yard line. They'll run it out. That's going to go 30, 35 to 40, all the way to midfield. And just tiptoes out of bounds. Saugus return there. Brings number 8 for Saugus. Trevor Birch. Very modest Birch, 21.5 kick return average this season. And nothing to write home about, but he opens up this game with a boost of energy for the Centurions. So you see 28 Nathan Eldridge in at quarterback. He hasn't played in 3 weeks. He's been out with an injury as well. They start in the running game with Quentin Schaefer. They're doing everything back. They've been so consistent no matter what the outcome of their ball games. This year, he has gone over 100 yards in 5 of 6 games. There's Elijah Bragas, who took over for Eldridge. And you may also see him tonight. Bragas, 11 turnovers in 3 games. That's been rough for them to come back with. Schaefer, not a lot of room on the right side. But you have to think Saugus has some sort of footnotes on those games from last week when Ryan Valdez was successful running in the first half. There was a halftime adjustment by West Ranch that sealed those gaps in the second half. Rolling out Eldridge. 56 for West Ranch. Dylan Jozak, who also doubles as the team's punter, and a good one at that. As the buzzer's already on for Saugus in the form of number 18. Jovan Camacho had his hands on it, and Saugus may have got a big early break here, as that's great field position for them. They do come up with the ball as number 4, the counterpart in the number department, 4. Christian Logarot, number 4 for Saugus, handling the ball at the fingertips of number 4, usually the sure-handed Jovan Camacho on West Ranch's side. Let's see this high booming kick. So starting out the 28-yard line are the Centurions with a stacked line of scrimmage. The pitch to the diminutive number 23, and he's got another place. He's got his Saugus at blue. Pride Ruiz. Ruiz only 5'9", 155. Very different formation on this down. Out of the shotgun, Eldridge, two receivers to his left, hands off to Shaker. Shaker looking for left tackle and wrapped up in a nice, secure leg tackle. Coaches love that one from number 36 for West Range, Zachary Van Beneken. Early on in this one, 9:40 to go. Foothill League battle, game number 2 in league play for both these squads. 1-1 coming in. Eldridge shotgun again, looks right. He will fire underneath. Jovan and Ryan Camacho also standout cornerbacks for this team. That's Ryan Camacho securing the coverage. Camacho leads the team with 2 receptions. It looks like a field goal attempt, and a lengthy one at that. A 36-yard attempt for Brown. And Brown knocks it through. But also Saugus coming in as the underdog, getting the points on the board first. Looks like a 36-yard field goal for Brown. Brown coming in. Correction, may have gotten, didn't see the number on the kicker. I have Dolder as their main kicker, 10 for 12 on the PATs. I hit a 23-yard field goal this year, so that would have been as long as kick his Dolder would be. So kicking off, this is Tanner Brown for the kickoff. Kicks it back of the end zone. Get a look at the West Ranch offense, now led by quarterback Weston Eget. Spelled Colton Mitchell after that injury at Oak Park a few weeks ago. Came in for 5 touchdown passes, but his first start last week against a stronger opponent in Canyon, a mixed first half. He had turned the ball over twice with 2 interceptions, but came back strong with 2 TD passes and 2 touchdown runs. They hand off to Lamont Huff, who has gone over 100 yards in every start this season for West Ranch. Second down and 9. The far hash mark for the Wildcats. 5-0 for the first time in school history. School has only been open 13 years, but a first is a first. Underneath the Jovan Camacho. Camacho cutting loose the first tackle. Camacho a roll to number 43 for Saugus. Leading the team in receptions, 7 last week. Matthews total. Eget continuing a legacy at West Ranch. His brother, Wyatt Eget, the quarterback last year. His younger brother, Walker Eget, the quarterback of the freshman team. Handoff for the run. Huff spinning. Was able to spin for at least a couple. Looked like might have had negative yardage at the beginning of that carry. And that's been a a difference in the style of the last couple of weeks. He's been more of a short chunks of yardage, ball-controlled back after 3 huge breakout games where he's averaging over 10 yards a carry. So he has been steady for them in time of possession as well. Egan firing right away to Jovan Camacho again. Who, in their opening victory, knocked the pass away to Hail Mary in the last play of the game. And week 1 this season, Egan under pressure gets rid of it. And how about Jovan Camacho, a player who has already played in this game in the punt return, but I've watched him for a couple of years now. The mental toughness to come out and play like he is. Carson Smith, 41, stay on the ground. Third down and 8 now from the 39-yard line. Shotgun low snap by Egan. Egan looking downfield, has nobody there. He'll fire to the sideline over the head of number 22.
It was a dangerous pass. I mean, he had people in his face to throw that far out into the flat. And look, he got some air on it.
Number 22, Mason James, who has really emerged as a receiver the last couple of games. They lost their big play receiver, Jared Staub, to a torn meniscus, and James is fielding nicely as one of the favorite targets for new quarterback Weston Egan. Punt formation. It's Josak, I believe, back there. 43.1 yard average. That's a short kick.
Oh, what a punt.
But
I think that's inside the 5.
Effective.
2-yard line. And with the way West Ranch's defense has been playing this game, that could they could turn this into points.
Still looking to establish Schaefer in the running game early on is Saugus. That has been the key for them this season. He's also one of their standout receivers, 18 receptions out of the backfield, 192 yards and a touchdown, but 772 yards rushing already this season.
They're coming back out in that bunch formation.
How about Schaefer last week? 33 carries, 176 yards, 98 yards to go on this drive. A lot of misdirection.
It's hard to run that kind of misdirection when you're that backed up into the end zone like that, because one little mistake and you've given up 2 points.
Also, it's tough not to telegraph it. You really need those players to sell it.
I mean, I'm always of the mindset of you just run it up the middle and try to get some space or spread everybody out.
Schaefer 5'10", 175 in the backfield.
Right.
Very similar look on that play, but this time they do hand it off to Schaefer.
And that West Ranch defense, I don't think, has given up more than 2 or 3 yards a play.
Yeah, you mentioned Kim. He really came on in the second half along with Giovanni Nicolazzo. Last week in that victory over Canyon, I heard in the halftime locker room, they got a pep talk, and they were very
Kim
ignited.
gave the pep talk?
They were very ignited by Weston Egan's touchdown run at the end of the second quarter. Looking to throw this time, coming out of the end zone in trouble, looking for any sort of room is Eldridge. Eldridge runs into a brick wall.
Didn't see we got 56 got him.
It's Josak, the punter.
Josak, the punter. Well, he's had quite an effect on this drive, punting the ball down to the 2 and then getting the sack on 3rd down.
So now it looks like they may even be closer to the 1 than the 2.
Tanner Brown and is getting a lot of work early on.
Short kick fielded by Juan Glasgow. He's dangerous back there, and look at those cuts. Look at Glasgow go all the way to the 21-yard line. Juan last week had a 50-yard punt return that he was tackled eventually, but he'll take 50 yards on any return, whether it's a touchdown or not.
But just going back to West Ranch's earlier drive, just to move the ball down the midfield, flip the field position, and they were able to punt down to the 2, and this has changed. You know, they may be losing by 3, but they're in really good position right now.
Great ability by Glasgow. You see his ability to start and stop and move laterally across the field. Why he's one of their top playmakers in the receiving corps. Shotgun. There's Ryan Camacho's first carry of the game, and boy, has he been something for them as a secondary back. He really became a running back on accident. Barely carried the ball at all last season, at least on the varsity level. I'm not familiar.
He's such a good compliment to Huff, because Huff is so tough inside, and Camacho, when he gets outside, he's just so shifty.
Yeah, you've got Huff and Camacho combining for over 1,000 yards already this season.
Got some balloons escaping right now.
And balloons as well. I don't know if we're...
It's a party down here.
Egan looking to throw this time, pressure right at him, and he fires
there.
The jump ball in the corner of the end zone. Look at the Glasgow, but he is out of bounds.
Just a little long. He had to get rid of that, though. He was getting some heavy pressure.
That ball floated up there like one of those balloons.
I'm trying to see.
3rd down and 7 from the 18.
Got to get down around the 11-yard line, get a first down.
The pitch to Ryan Camacho, and he is wrapped up right away. Nice job by Saugus' number 82, Carson Smith.
Yeah, that play had no chance from the beginning. They snuffed that out. I wonder if that knocked them. It's going to make this field goal a little bit tougher.
So early on, containing West Ranch.
So tough, in fact, I think they're going to go for it.
This could be a confidence booster if Saugus is able to stop the Wildcats here.
Well, the way their defense is playing right now, you can feel confident to go for something like this.
Egan firing to the corner of the end zone. That's going to be way out of the end zone as well. So lacking the touch.
He's throwing a little high early.
These corner routes is Egan. And how about Saugus stopping West Ranch on the drive?
Yeah, but that's the West Ranch defense. They haven't given up any ground yet. So let's see if they can come out and get this ball back.
Have to feel good for your Saugus, though. I know we're early in the game, 3:15 to go in the first quarter, but they are up 3-0. They have contained West Ranch thus far. The question, of course, that will be looming all game is can they do that the entire course of the game? There's so many playmakers on the Wildcat side. Eventually what happens is, as we saw last week, playmakers make plays.
Yep.
There's Schaefer, looking energized.
And West Ranch came out that time and spread it out and really opened up the middle there. So I don't think that bunch formation they were doing with the misdirection is going to work with this West Ranch defense. They're just too stout up front. I think you got to spread them out.
Schaefer last season, not quite the workhorse, but plenty of experience. 741 yards and 4 touchdowns. They throw a short pass to number 15, and he is touched by about 5. 6,
he's still
7,
going.
White jersey, but he's keep on going. Number 15, Cole Gallagher.
Gallagher, 6'2", 190. It's a big boy.
Eldridge firing.
To Gallagher. A little slip screen. Out to the right. Oh, there's a penalty on the flag. A penalty on the play.
And they will march the ball forward in favor of Saugus.
West Ranch has been. They need to get something going here. You don't want to leave Saugus hanging around like this.
Eldridge from the shotgun. Eldridge looking down the field. He goes short to 42, complete again. Just shy of midfield.
First down. Nick Thanet.
So he's hit a couple of different receivers early in the game.
Really picking out there on the right side of the defense. Seems where they've been going, those little slip screens.
Any compliment they can get to Schaefer is going to be a key for them. Although Eldridge, he had a low completion percentage starting off the season, but his touchdown interception ratio is 62, much better.
He's a little more careful with the football.
And Bragas, who took over for him, and he gains maybe 1.
Nothing open on that play.
they've really lacked a go-to receiver this year. Devin Thompson seems to be the guy that would emerge if they had someone fill that role. He's caught touchdowns in 4 different games this year. Injured all last season. He had 1 catch last week, but it was a 35-yard touchdown catch.
We got a false start on Saugus.
Thompson's number 7, the second receiver from the top of your screen in set. Keep an eye on him.
I think Saugus just needs to try to find something. Their most effective play has been that slip screen to the slot receiver.
And that is Schaefer again, I believe, brought down by number 18 and a couple of others on the West Ranch side. Jake Killingsworth, team's leading tackler with 57. He had 8 solo last week, as did Joseph Tempesta, stepping up on the defensive side, as we mentioned. They were down 14-0 at halftime. They shut out Canyon in the second half, walking away the 35-14 victory. Fake handoff, looking downfield, farthest pass we've seen from Eldridge thus far. Can he get it? No, just ahead of his intended receiver.
He had a step on him. Both these quarterbacks throwing a little long tonight.
That's Pride Ruiz trying to use his speed. He had a step on a couple of West Ranch defenders, but the ball just a couple inches.
Still want to find out what that is on this helmet.
Past the fingertips. I think there's something for safety to prevent concussions.
Isn't that what the helmet is? Well, West Ranch held him again.
Punt formation. Brown. Glasgow again.
Oh, he let it go.
Bounce, and it will roll in favor of Saugus to the 5-yard line.
Well, so far this has been a game of field position.
So Saugus catching another break, this time in the kicking game, and 3-0. Minute 3 to go in the first quarter. Saugus on top. And Weston Egan marched this squad 95 yards. That would probably be his longest drive as a signal caller.
Their biggest playmaker seems to be Camacho. They really need to get Camacho involved a little bit more offensively. Like Huff up the middle.
Huff's broken a lot of long runs early in the season. Last week, Huff 20 carries, 127 yards, and a touchdown. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter. 2nd down and 9. Back to their end zones. Looking downfield is Egan. Here comes the pass rush. He just kind of shovels that ball, and there's some question as to whether that's a live ball. Saugus would play it like it is, but the officials say no, no, no.
Is that intentional grounding? Are they going to call that a safe? That is. Was he in the end zone?
If so, that would be an automatic safety. What will the call be?
Looks like he...
Tough to see from this angle.
Tough to see. I think he was just out of the end zone. I think they put it on the 1, on the half-inch line. That was close. You don't want to give up a safety.
So now 3rd and 14. 4 wideouts handing to Huff. Huff taking a big hit at the end of the carry, and they avoid the safety, and that was probably the #1 priority on that play call.
Let this run out to the second quarter, I would believe. Both these defenses have kind of locked down the offenses. I'm kind of surprised West Ranch hasn't been a little more explosive. Looked like they had those 2 passes to Camacho early. It was going to loosen up the defense, and really didn't.
And the clock will tick off. So after 1, a bit of a surprise here from College of the Canyons. The 500 Saugus Centurions on top against the undefeated West Ranch Wildcats as we head to the second quarter. We'll be right back here on LivePlaySports.tv.
Before brain balance struggled in a lot of ways.
Brianna was diagnosed with visual and auditory processing disorder and dyslexia.
You know when your child is struggling. Discover Brain Balance. Our program delivers on the promise of a better life for your child and your entire family.
She's always reading now.
Ella is a completely different child after brain balance.
This really is the answer.
Find real help for your struggling child. Call 800-877-5500 or visit brainbalance.com.
Okay, back for the second quarter. I'm Patrick O'Sullivan, joined by Eddie Pence. Eddie, you still with us?
I'm still here. I'm still here. It's interesting. This game is going a lot the way last week. West Ranch had the same problems last week offensively that they're having this week, and they broke it loose in the second quarter. We'll see if they can do it this week.
And maybe that's the number of reps just with Egan as a starter.
Just settling them down a little bit, just getting them into the rhythm.
And they'll open the punt blocked in the end zone. Saugus with an opportunity here. It rolls out of the end zone. But wow.
West Ranch caught a break there. I mean, getting the safety's a break on that play because that could have been 6 points.
So it rolls out of the end zone. That is guaranteed 2 points. Saugus on top, 5-0. Clayton Kershaw, 6 innings. Oops, wrong game. 5-0 is a baseball score. And here we go. Look at this replay. Running in, and the goalpost blocks his number. Who was that man? I think it's the
31.
I don't think it's the ball's being followed.
Is that James Sumter?
The man who's on the attack. Here's another angle. It is 31. 31
James
is
Sumter,
a junior listed as a wide receiver and a quarterback.
He came through unblocked.
It is Sumter, and
the up man here is supposed to get the guy coming free, and he had to choose lesser of two evils, I guess.
Number 18 for West Ranch. Yeah, he was put in a tough
He really
position.
had a Sophie's choice there for trying to block somebody. It was
Saugus 5, West Ranch 0. A gritty performance thus far by the Centurions.
Yeah, I don't know what you do in a situation like that. You usually you have no help. You have to block one person, and there's two people coming. But again, they're down by one score. They're only one score down. So.
But I think these little confidence builders, if they can keep the explosiveness from erupting on the West Ranch side on offense, then Saugus just gains confidence as the game goes on.
Well, Saugus should get the ball back here, get some good field position. If they can go down, double up the score.
Keep completing those short passes. Establish Schaefer. There's a bit of a line drive kick, a grounder. Fielded by Pride Ruiz. Looking for room and a big hit by
wrapped up.
Jovan Camacho.
Thought he was going to break that around the backside, but they wrapped him up. Let's see here. I think that could have been worse, field position-wise, but coming down the 34. Let's see.
But if they drew it up in pregame and said with a 11:46 to go in the second quarter, you got a drive on the 34-yard line.
A 5-point lead.
Coach pulled the jokes. Jason Bourne would have felt great about that. And that's Devin Thompson, a man I mentioned you think they try to get involved in the receiving game. And I like the play call, getting him involved, handing him the ball in the backfield. He is a man who's found the end zone for them 4 times already this year, so why not?
You get a playmaker like that, you want to get him the ball any way you can, whether it's you're either handing it off to him or you're throwing it to him.
That's part of the reason we've seen West Ranch be so successful on offense. They've shifted their receivers into the backfield many times, handing it off to Joban and Juan Glasgow. And this time they go back to their main man, Glenn Schaefer, to the 45-yard line.
West Ranch is quick to that ball, though. They gang tackle. But I noticed Saugus likes to run to the short side of the field. They do that a lot. I don't know if that's intentional or...
See this replay to Schaefer.
Oh, yeah, he got rolled up on from behind.
I believe it's 59 for Saugus.
Thomas Barrero, looks like he got rolled up on. Looked like an ankle.
Wait on him and hope he's okay.
Yeah, that's tough. When you run like that, you don't see anybody coming. It's one thing to take the hit you see coming, but if someone to roll up on the back of your legs, it's...
Barrero, 5'8", 205. Looks like he plays both sides of the ball for Saugus. And that's a good sign. Looking good. Bit of a ginger walk, but he'll take that.
Yeah, tape it up and get back out there. There you go, Barrera. Well, it looks like Saugus is starting to establish a little bit of a run game right there. They got a first down, moving the ball, keeping that ball away from the explosive West Branch offense.
Well, Schaefer's really only been contained by St. Francis, a game they lost 49-20, and even in that one, 18 carries for 70 yards, not awful. So he has been very, very consistent for them in the running game. Eldridge throwing another short pass, that time misfires, intended for Devin Thompson.
They're trying to get that guy the ball, Thompson.
Thompson 1 catch last week, 7 catches a couple of weeks ago. Also has 2 interceptions, playing strong safety for this squad from the 45, second down and 10. Kim.
You got a little movement on the line there. Looks like it might be. Gonna move him back before us. Encroachment.
So it's the encroachment call, looks like.
Yep. Kim trying to blame the offensive line. It's not going to work, Kim.
Midfield, shotgun, 3 wideouts, top of your screen, and 1 on the bottom. Schaefer in the backfield. He shifts to the left side of his quarterback, Nathan Eldridge, coming back after a 3-week layoff from injury. Eldridge looking to that right side, stacking receivers, avoids the pass rush.
He's got him down the field. He's got him.
Oh. Flag down near the line of scrimmage.
Maybe a little bit of a hold. And we got Kim's down on the sideline over there. That is a hustle for Kim to go from the near side of the field all the way to the other sideline. I'd be down too if I was him.
See Eldridge here. Great job of getting away from the first pass rusher, Tempesta, and then on his horse moving. He does have 3 rushing touchdowns this season.
This is where Kim fell out of bounds. Could have gotten winded because that's a long run for anybody. He's still down over there on the sideline.
So we'll check on Lewis Kim. Hopefully he's okay.
He's an invaluable part of that defense.
Back to live action. Eldridge, short pass complete to Schaefer. Schaefer got about 7 or 8 yards after the catch.
Almost picked up all that yardage. Second and short coming up.
Stops the clock, of course, with 10:15 to go in the second quarter. Saugus on top, 5-0.
QB sneak, got first down. Keep that ball away from the West Ranch.
I mean, it sounds like a broken record, but that usually is the template for defeating an explosive offense, is keep them off the field.
Official timeout.
And the officials.
Looks like they're working on Kim's leg over there on the sideline.
Yeah, top left of your screen.
If he can't come back in, that's going to open up the middle there for Saugus and Schaefer. Schaefer will be loving that all day.
It really fills the gap in the middle of the defense and has gotten more aggressive as the season has gone on. He's been challenged by coaches to do so. Ignition Fitness helping us out tonight as one of our sponsors. And some confusion.
False start. Saugus was just getting some momentum going. Now they're shooting themselves in the foot here a little bit. They were moving the ball.
And Coach Jason Bourne looks like he was trying to sneak a timeout in there. Saugus last year 9-3, 3-2 in the Foothill League. Bit of a surprise, finished second. Big expectations this preseason. They were actually ranked number 1 in Division 6, but have slipped considerably on the southern section since then. They've been blown out a couple of times, but also eked out some close victories that thus far have come to play tonight against the undefeated West Ranch and more. Let's see.
There's a lot of confusion down on the field. I don't know what's going on.
Some sort of timeout on the field. And I think it's Saugus.
Saugus get a good punt here, pin West Ranch back.
So we'll be right back here on LivePlaySports.tv after this timeout. Or maybe we'll stay with you. Looks like we'll stay with you.
What's that?
No, we're going on a timeout. Sorry. Here we go. Split screen. Saugus on the left. West Ranch on the right. West Ranch coach Chris Garner. Coached against his old school Canyon last week. Also haven't mentioned a lot of the assistants this year because that adjustment they made last week, you got to give credit to defensive coordinator Norm Moniz.
Oh, absolutely.
And Robert Camacho, Joe Long, and Ryan Camacho's father, the offensive coordinator. Two very versatile weapons on both sides of the ball. Who knows them better than Robert Camacho?
It must have been a crazy household when they were kids, them running around all over the place.
Standout baseball players as well. Now we're back for the punt. Or the fake punt. Devin Thompson taking it, looks past, he has no room, and he's going to throw it up a little lob pass, and batted down with one hand.
Well, at that point, you might as well throw it up.
By 39 for West Ranch.
I don't know if you want to do a play like that against West Ranch.
So take a look at Brandon Wire. The initial play looked like slow-mo itself, the way he blocked it, but he looks like an NBA center just coming across your screen like a
Just
DeAndre
slammed
Jordan.
it down. Oh.
Blocking it.
You don't want to give it an offense like West Ranch any spark, any bit of life, and they could have pinned them back there. And the way the defense has been playing, that might have been a good thing.
Lucky they didn't get a pick six there, but Egan will take this field position just across midfield. And the playmakers bust loose. Ron Huff.
That could end up being a pivotal call in the game, that fake punt right there. If West Ranch is able to go down and score.
Yeah, you have to wonder. You're up 5-0.
You're keeping an offense like West Ranch in check. You can pin them down way in their own territory. But now you're giving them a short field with 9 minutes left.
On the 46, Egan firing sideline. That's a dangerous pass, broken up by 26, I believe, from Saugus. We don't have on the roster.
He doesn't exist.
Or was it 25? Might have been 25.
Tyler Hampston.
There's Weston Egan last game, 15-30, right at 50%. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he really righted the ship, starting with that drive at the end of the second quarter and then
one
into the
rushing
second
touchdown.
half. Rolling right this time, firing complete short for the first down.
He had the deep route open for the first down, but he decided to check it down, go to the...
That's Sebastian Gallegos, who's also taking advantage of some increased playing time since the Jared Staub injury.
Now is West Ranch going to go for it on 4th down? Looks like they are, 4th and 7. But if you have West Ranch's defense, why not, the way they've been playing?
43-yard line, shotgun, Egan looking downfield.
Oh, he's got him.
Pass complete to Mason James. Mason James, can he slip the tackle? He's still fighting.
Oh,
the ball comes loose, but it looks like it's recovered by Jovan Camacho.
Wow.
So
Camacho.
Jovan Camacho, who had a fumbled punt earlier in the game, really
made up for it right there. That's why you don't give up on a play. Even if the guy's got it and he's running, you keep running with him.
So Mason James got a little too eager.
He saw that end zone. He did not want to go down. And he 45 just came by.
Swiped it.
Sturwalt just came by and popped it out of there.
James
Camacho was
Sturwalt.
just right place at the right time.
Their standout inside linebacker. Egan looking to the sideline again, right back to James, but James now back-to-back plays as mishandled the ball.
Yeah, that play wouldn't have gone anywhere anyway. You got Odell Beckham Jr. on the sidelines.
And you'll hear it from the coaches saying, shake it off, kid. You've had a great couple of weeks. Let's keep it rolling. Don't worry about that. That's the ability you need at any level to play football, to shake off mistakes and execute on the next play.
And then the timeout. West Ranch timeout. Going to talk about it.
You're watching LivePlaySports.tv. 5-0. Saugus on top in the second quarter.
Now what do you...
Okay, second quarter, 7:16 to go. West Ranch trying to score a similar fate they faced last week late in the second quarter, where they were on the verge of being shut out in the first half of the season. And that drive ended with a Weston Egan touchdown run. Knocking on the door again here in the red zone. Handoff, Ryan Camacho. Camacho gets inside the 15-yard line.
The Fireflies are out.
The cell phone lights on the Saugus side. Bit of a defensive rally cry, looks like. You see that in the Saugus stands. You get a shot of that. We'll get to it, folks, but yes, the cell phones are out. Egan, shotgun formation. Egan, 5 wideouts to work with. 1 man in motion.
Oh.
Flag.
I'll start again. Some sloppy football this late in the season on both sides, especially coming out of a timeout like that. It's got to drive a coach nuts.
West Ranch with a very versatile playbook. We've seen them open it up plenty of times this year.
You got an empty
Formations,
backfield.
different men in motion. And here you go. Like you said, empty backfield. 5 wideouts spread in the man in motion again. Looks like the same play that we're going to run before the false start. Egan firing toward the end zone. Oh, and nearly picked off. Golden opportunity by number 8 for Saugus.
Trevor Gertch.
Gertch, who had the big kick return early on, almost had a path to the end zone.
Let's see. He made a break on that ball. Had that ball been on target, it would have been a pick six. He threw that one. Egan threw that one a little bit behind, and had that been on target, that would have been a pick six.
It's almost like that. If that ball had a little more zip on it, it would have helped Saugus. And now coming on for the field goal attempt is Sebastian Demas.
Try to cut it to a 2-point lead.
And Demas knocks it through.
Short.
His first field goal of the season.
That was short.
No good. I'm sorry. My bad. Thought I saw a referee do the half motion and then retreat. So Demas missing. He remains 0 for 2.
A little, I think it was wide left. Laces out.
I was looking down to see if Demas had actually made a field goal this year, but he has not, so he's now 0 for 2. And another little break for Saugus. 6:08 to go. They have the ball back. Schaefer running with confidence.
You get the feeling Schaefer's going to break something soon. He's getting close. That's his 3rd or 4th run where there's been a leg tackle that stopped a 30 or 40-yard run. I mean, once he gets to that second level, he's going to be gone.
33 carries last week for Schaefer. And they're going to the well plenty already in this one.
But yeah, you want to keep the ball out of West Ranch's hands, and this is the way to do it. If they're getting 3-4 yards a pop with Schaefer, why not keep the chains moving?
And as you mentioned, you look at the D-line. Missing is Lewis Kim from the West Ranch defensive line. Room on the inside. It doesn't look like a lot here.
But it's enough. It's enough to give you 3 yards, 3-4 yards.
Kim filling such a lane that runners like to run through. 6'1", 295 is missing from that D-line.
Yeah, it's hard to replace 300 pounds on the defensive line.
So it looks like Saugus is well aware of that and certainly willing to exploit it. And they have the man in Clint Schaefer who can gash through for yardage.
And a false start. A lot of false starts. Practice is going to be rough this week.
Field goal and a safety. That's the story thus far. Schaefer wrapped up early that time by Tempesta.
I would be expecting Saugus' offensive line to get a little more push with Kim out of there, because they have some big boys up front, and West Ranch's defensive line is considerably smaller without Kim.
Correct, you are 51. John Collier in on that tackle as well. Shotgun, Eldridge, Devin Thompson, double coverage, going down the sideline, number 19. And a lot of jersey. We'll see if the flag comes.
He had him.
There it is.
Yep.
Intended for 19, Keith Brooker.
Brooker.
And you could see it from anywhere in the stadium as Brooker's shaking up that his jersey was tugged on. And it might have been the best move for West Ranch to avoid the long completion, but
that was a nice pass by Eldridge. Best pass of the night so far.
Into the trees.
I think he just got the wind knocked out of him the way he landed on his arms. Oh, yeah.
That's Jovan with the...
Well, Joban's got to do what Joban's got to do.
Little tug.
You don't want to give up that play. Rather give up 15 yards.
Unusual to see a guy get behind Jovan like that as well.
Yeah, that's shocking. But if he had hit him in the hands, but yeah.
Third man down tonight. Sorry.
But maybe that's a sign Eldridge is getting. He's starting to get a little more comfortable, because that was a beautiful throw. He's been throwing a little high and a little long all night, and that one was right on the money. So if he's starting to get into a groove, that could help out Saugus quite a bit.
And the play calling from Jason Horn has been really a series of short passes. Maybe that's by design to build the confidence of this young man. Eldridge dusting him off after a few weeks out with an injury. And as the game goes on, trusting him a bit more as Brooker is back up on his feet. 4:28 to go.
Yeah, that's
second quarter.
Maybe he got the wind knocked out of him. And that'll make anybody cry.
What's tough and what defenders are well aware of.
Did he pick up the flag?
Yes. No, the flag at the high school level, of course, only goes 15 yards, not
but that's
the whole distance. So you do kind of get an advantage if you commit the penalty, in essence. Back to Schaefer. Schaefer with a big hole this time. Schaefer to the 45. Schaefer breaking tackles to the 38-yard line. Now Quinn Schaefer.
Schaefer finally got to that second level. He knew it was just a matter of time. They've been feeding it to him.
39 according to the referee's marking. And they will reset to get this playoff quicker than usual. Back to Schaefer. Schaefer. And about a 6-yard gain on that one. Gotta like Schaefer's running though. Patience, gets through the first hole. Spin move.
His legs are always moving. They never stop.
.351 to go. On top, 5-0. Eldridge, quick pass, getting Thompson involved again. Thompson though.
Oh.
And the ball comes out again. And West Ranch recovers.
Wow. I thought that popped out a little late, but I guess not.
Third fumble of the game we've seen in the first half. And is that Jovan?
Is that Jovan? He may have been down on
It is.
that
It
one.
falls right into the breadbasket of Jovan Camacho. And he just seems to be a guy around the ball.
He's always around the ball.
Fumbled the first fumble of the night. He
recovered the one down.
And recovered the third.
He's always down there. Even though I don't know if that might have really not been a fumble had we had the gift of replay in high school football. But
tough break, and now West Ranch with another opportunity to avoid a scoreless first half. And Ryan Camacho going to work.
Camachos are having an impact on this game.
Ryan Camacho, 0 receptions last week. They've turned him much more as a running back lately. But as you see, they can use him all over the field. So versatile. 47-yard line. Egan with 3:17 to work with. LaRon Huff.
But the Saugus has answered the call every time this game, the defense.
Number 3, Jordan Durden, one of their standout defenders in on that play. He's the second leading tackler with 29. He has 10 tackles for losses to lead the team and also 3 sacks, which leads the team. So keep an eye on 3, Durden. Not the biggest guy, 5'11", 200, but he has that mobility on the defensive line.
Nice move.
Egan evading Egan. And how about that tackle? About 25. Tyler Hampton.
Egan showed some pocket presence there.
Hampton right on the heels of Durden, and the tackle for losses department. He has 5 this season.
Big third down coming up. See if Saugus can get that ball back.
LaRon Huff. A nice job in the middle.
But if you're West Ranch here, you're going to go for it, right? You went for it on 4th and 7 down here. Why wouldn't you go for it on 4th and 1?
You would think so. 2:08 on the clock. 2:09 taken away. 4th down and 2. Here we go.
Ooh, timeout, Saugus. You almost had the feeling Wood Ranch knew they were going to go for it if they didn't get it. Like they already had the play called because they lined up real quick.
So just under 2 minutes now to go in the first half.
Forcing Saugus to burn that
So
timeout.
similar to last week. Last week at this time, they were down 14-0. It looked like they might go scoreless in the first half for the first time this season. And they were able to put 7 on the board. Can they do it again with just under 2 minutes to play? What do you do here?
Eerily similar to last week. I mean, whereas West Ranchers could not get anything going offensively until late in the second quarter. So, and they've been moving the ball a little bit lately, but they just haven't been able to capitalize on the drive. They had the missed field goal the last drive, and they were able to get the turnover just now and move the ball back down the field. But they haven't been able to punch it in.
You take a shot down the field just yet, or do you wait a couple downs? Well, 4th down and 2. You want to get that first down.
You might want to get the ball to one of the Camachos out there in space. Try to make something happen.
Staying on the ground. Ryan Camacho. Such a tough runner, Ryan Camacho.
When in doubt, give it to a Camacho.
Here is that complimentary style to LaRon Huff. He's got that ability where it doesn't look like he's doing much, but he seems to shed tacklers.
He kind of glides out there. He doesn't look like he's running hard, but he's moving fast.
Kind of like an air hockey puck?
Sort of like an air hockey puck. Exactly like an air hockey puck.
Air hockey puck? Oh! I don't think that would be a good football nickname. The air hockey puck, is that intimidating?
I don't know if anyone wants that as their nickname, the air hockey puck. Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Mason James tackled right away, but hangs on to that one.
But again, that play, Saugus's defense, they seem to come up with a defensive play when they need it. Just when you think West Ranch is starting to build some momentum, Saugus will do something. Because they sniffed that play out to the side real quick.
Another timeout. So really a chess match going on in the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Feels like there's been 17 timeouts.
West Ranch. You saw on the right for West Ranch, the offensive line coach as well, Dave Enns. Played outside linebacker for Indiana University in 1970 to 1974.
Wow. Looks like Kenny Stabler.
You know who his head coach was?
Who?
Lee Corso.
Lee Corso.
Okay, back to
real life.
Modern day. Here we go. Second down and 11 from the 26. Shotgun. Egan looking downfield. Egan in the middle. And intercepted by number 11, Matthew Ballantine. And what a huge break for Saugus. Ballantine, as I said, on the last play of week 1, their victory over Santa Barbara, he knocked down a Hail Mary pass to win that game for Saugus.
I don't know what Egan was seeing on this play because it was double covered. There was 2 defenders on that guy. I don't know what he was looking at when he threw it. I think he knew where he was going to throw it before he even snapped the ball.
6 foot, 163-pound junior.
Oh, you don't want to do that right before halftime.
Putting his mark on this game. Eldridge, pass rush coming. And tripping him up is Josak.
Oh, that's a back-breaking play for West Ranch. You get throwing that pick. Now Saugus just wants to hold that ball for another minute and go into halftime with a 5-point lead.
More than anything, you are correct, because they don't really have the explosiveness. The most likely thing would be Schaefer breaking a run.
But they can't hang with West Ranch if West Ranch starts going off. They can't win a shootout. This is how they're going to have to play, have West Ranch almost shoot themselves in the foot and keep the ball from them.
Shotgun. Keeping it. Eldridge. Eldridge to the 30, the 35.
You don't want to go out of bounds there. Don't want to go out of bounds there unless you're trying to score. But
Well, maybe they're setting themselves up for
a record-setting field goal.
a record-setting field goal. He's got a 36-yarder already, their kicker, tonight.
Well, if he triples that, he'd have this one.
So West Ranch, Grayson Thomas, King on Schaefer. But Eldridge keeps it. Again, he keeps it. Sheds one tackle, a big hit at the end of the play by Josak.
Josak brought the wood on that one.
Very active in the first half, Dylan Josak. 56.
Real big hitter for a punter.
See the replay?
I think Saugus is going to be happy to go into halftime right now with a 5-point lead.
No direction to go, really, for Schaefer. Well, that was a direct snap to Schaefer, rather. Now Eldridge. Short pass complete to 31.
James Sumter.
And so that'll do it for the first half. And how about Saugus? They do become the first team this year to shut out West Ranch in the first half. The irony of the numbers, West Ranch coming in at 5-0, down 5-0 at halftime to Saugus, who's 3-3 overall. Eddie, can West Ranch make the adjustment again?
I don't know. They keep shooting themselves in the foot every time they get the ball. They're
find
stopping
out.
themselves.
We'll find out shortly here on LivePlaySports.tv for second half football. But coming to you from College of the Canyons, once again, it's Saugus on top. And a bit of a surprise, 5-0 via field goal and safety over the West Ranch Wildcats.
Brody, before brain balance, struggled in a lot of ways.
Brianna was diagnosed with visual and auditory processing disorder and dyslexia.
You know when your child is struggling. Discover Brain Balance. Our program delivers on the promise of a better life for your child and your entire family.
She's always reading now.
Ella is a completely different child after brain balance.
This really is the answer.
Find real help for your struggling child. Call 800-877-5500 or visit brainbalance.com.
And where are the horses? Great, thank you. Places. Quiet on the set. And action. Cut! Why is there a cowgirl on the set? Wardrobe. Okay, people. Once more, with feeling.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Welcome back to LivePlaySports.tv. You see the West Ranch Wildcats coming in undefeated, taking the field for the second half. They'll have to make some adjustments. They are down 5-0 to the Saugus Centurions, who came in at 3-3. Both these teams are 1-0 in the Foothill League. There's Saugus with their banner about to burst through and hope they can maintain this style of play they've established in the first half, which thus far has shut down a very explosive offense on the West Ranch side on Patrick O'Sullivan alongside Eddie Pence. What do you expect to see here in the second half?
Well, first of all, I've never seen the banner break through at halftime. I've seen it at the beginning of the game, but I've never seen it at halftime. So that's
interesting. Do it twice, why not?
Well, there you go. But West Ranch should have the confidence. They did this last week. They were in this hole last week. They were down by 7 last week. They're only down by 5 now. So they at least have the game confidence to know that this game could be well in hand for them.
Yes, West Ranch made those adjustments. One factor we'll be looking for is one of the key players in clogging the middle when Ryan Valdez was having his way with the West Ranch defense for Canyon High in the first half last week was Lewis Kim. We saw him go down in the first half to an injury. So will he be back out on the field in the second half? Will those lanes open up in the middle of the defense? That could be a factor as well.
That could be a huge factor in this game if Kim can't make it back on the field, because he really clogs up the middle of that defensive line.
295 pounds. Quinn Schaefer, their tailback, Saugus, the first half, 53 yards rushing. So he is on pace for 100. And that's pretty much his typical game.
And he got some of his bigger runs once Kim left the game.
Absolutely. And we're looking for Kim on the field, actually.
Number 73, but I don't see him out there.
This is 72. Don't see Kim yet. But yeah, Schaefer in the first half, 13 carries, 53 yards. The only scoring was a 36-yard field goal by Tanner Brown for Saugus, and then they blocked that punt.
The blocked punt and got West Ranch was fortunate. It went out of the back of the end zone and was only 2 points.
That was James Sumter in the blocked punt. And then West Ranch, what I'm going to look for in the second half from them and what they were able to make the adjustment last week is they haven't gone to the well with all of their playmakers. Specifically, I would look for Quan Glasgow down the field. Now, coming into tonight's game, Jason Bourne, the coach for Saugus, did say that his defensive backs, as you see Kim, tended to on the sideline, so it looks like they're trying.
Working on that left leg of his. Looks like an ankle, maybe. It's going to be crucial if he can't get back out there.
As we mentioned, has been more and more aggressive as the season has gone on that defensive line.
And he's got his pads on, so that could still be a good sign. He's trying to get back in. He hasn't taken the pads off, so.
But back to Saugus' strategy. Will West Ranch challenge these defensive backs of Saugus? Because they do have Quan Glasgow, who has the ability to get down the field, has quite a few long touchdown receptions this season. And does Weston Egan have the arm that Colton Mitchell had to get the ball to
And what really spawned the big explosion last week was getting the ball to Camacho as a change of pace back for West Ranch. He really opened things up on the outside, which in turn opens things up the middle.
Ryan Camacho, that is. And Jovan in the short passing game had 7 grabs last week. And now, here we go. The second half football on LivePlaySports.tv. On the right of your screen, the Saugus Centurions with a 5-0 lead. Kicking off and kicking away from both Camacho twins. That's something teams have been very successful with. Ryan Camacho, only 3 kick returns all season. He's taken 2 of them back for touchdowns.
You don't want to kick to him.
So that's the strategy, is kick away from Ryan.
Let's see if Egan can come out and get a drive going. He had that really costly interception there at the end of the half where it looked like West Ranch was going in for some points.
That's right. Weston Egan, the first half, 6 of 14, 84 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. And you have to look back. He did come in against Oak Park and throw those 5 touchdowns, but in 10 quarters of play since becoming the incumbent starter, he has thrown 4 interceptions in 10 quarters. Starting off the second half, running to that man, Ryan Camacho.
So they're coming out early with Camacho.
Ron Huff absent from the backfield.
Maybe trying to spark the offense a little bit.
Quick throw to Jovan. Quick tackle by Saugus. Matthew Ballantyne, who had that huge interception.
Yeah, huge interception. Looks like the first 2 play calls by West Ranch, very conservative. Just a little run up the middle and then a little screen out to the side to the wide receiver.
The man I was talking about, Glasgow, look for him on your screen, number 5. Is he in the game right now? I see Sebastian Gallegos, number 3, Jovan Camacho, Mason James. So Kwan not in on this formation. Egan looking downfield, fires, and Mason James.
He's squeezing in there. Egan really isn't afraid to throw that ball into coverage, but that one was on the money, so big
Third
first
catch
down.
of the game for James.
Again, there's 3 Saugus defenders in that area. That's a risky pass, but
I do have to say, a little bit less zip on the ball than Mitchell, but there's Jovan Camacho in style. Jovan Camacho shedding 1, 2, and almost a 3rd tackle. I said in style, but I meant in stride, but a little bit of style in there too.
a little bit of style, always style. But that's 2 big completions for Egan. That's going to get his confidence going. We got a Saugus player on the field. Can't see who it is.
There's the replay. Egan hitting Jovan on the slant, and
You got to hold on to Camacho.
nice job of holding on to that ball at the end of the play too. Jovan, we mentioned in the first half, he did have a muff punt on a kick return, but he recovered 2 fumbles as well on offense and defense.
Always around the ball. Always around the ball.
And another man down.
So it looks like they didn't get gun shy coming out in the second half with Egan. They put the ball back in his hands. Blake Adams being helped off the field. A little shaken up on the play. Looks like he got his bell rung a little bit.
So shotgun from the 48-yard line. Egan looking right away up the top of your screen. And there's Quan Glasgow, the man who I thought they should get more involved. But if you can't hang on to the ball, you can't run with it.
He started to run before he caught it. That was going to be a big play, too. That was going to be a big play. He only had 1 defender on that side.
Second down and 10. Close coverage as they go underneath to Jovan.
The thing about Jovan is the first person that touches him never tackles him. Never tackles him. It's a team effort to get Jovan down.
Those Camacho twins, known for their toughness. Here's Egan looking at the plays on his wrists. Shotgun from the 49 of Saugus. 3 receivers on top, 1 at the bottom of your screen. He looks up top. He throws to Jovan, who's hit right away. And a great job by Jovan hanging on the ball.
That ball was hanging out there for a while.
Tyler Hampston on the coverage.
Egan's having trouble driving that ball to the outside, even though that is a long pass, but that ball was hanging out there for a while. If a cornerback decides to jump one of those routes, that could be a pick 6. Big 4th down already. First drive of the second half.
4th and 4, they go for it. And Ryan Camacho with authority. First down.
Another big 4th down conversion for West Ranch.
You can see just in the body language of Ryan Camacho, right when he gets the ball, he's determined to get that first down. Now inside the 40, talking to Ryan Camacho in the backfield is Egan. Carson Smith on the pass rush, unloading down the sideline, and Quan Glasgow again had the ball in his hands.
He had it
secured once again. Got to credit the defender; he might have knocked it out at the end of the play.
Yeah, it looked like a poke out by the defender, just ripped it away right at the last second.
But even a throw like that,
that was
Pride Ruiz.
Pride Ruiz popped it out right there at the last second.
Might want to lead Glasgow on that one. He's got the speed. Here we go. Egan. Massive pass rush.
They sniffed out the screen on that.
See those last 3 games by Saugus.
I think Jordan Durden sniffed out the screen.
So look at Saugus, 17-0 last week. They're working on their 7th straight quarter
of scoreless football.
6 complete, and now this will be the 7th if they can go 8:37 more of blanking the Wildcats. There it is, handoff. Ryan Camacho again with that gliding style, but shedding tackles in the process.
Ball
the
popped out.
Came loose at the end. It looks like a Saugus jersey. He's in on the action.
Again, that looked to me like he was down, but they're calling it a fumble.
Yes, indeed. 15.
Cole Gallagher.
So the very sure-handed Ryan Camacho losing a fumble. I don't think we've seen him cough the ball up yet this season.
Oh, that was out. We've had some they've been pretty sloppy with the ball on both sides. Both teams this game have been a little careless with the football.
I also fumbled my pen on the replay. I lost it underneath the wiring here.
Sorry, but you recovered it, and that's what's important.
Thank you. Okay, 5-0 Saugus back on offense. Here we go. 8-18. Nathan Eldridge back at the helm. Started this season for them with 3 touchdown passes and 1 rushing touchdown and a win at Santa Barbara. He's been out with an injury.
Ruiz
has the ball.
He came up with a fumble. Now he's got the ball.
Ruiz finding a lane. And starting to see the bounce and the step of Saugus.
Again, that's West Ranch is shooting themselves in the foot. They did it at the end of the first half when they were going down the score, and they've done it again. And now they're keeping themselves out of the game.
At their own 45 flag.
So false start on Saugus. And honestly, Saugus' defense has played well, but it's been more West Ranch hurting themselves with allowing the blocked punt and the turnovers.
Very out of character, both Camacho twins losing fumbles. And made the interception, so 3 turnovers. Eldridge looking for the sideline pass out of the outstretched arms of his intended man, number 19.
Keith Brooker. He was the one that was banged up on that deep pass in the first half.
Second down and 15 after the penalty, a couple plays ago. Jovan Camacho covering Brooker on the bottom of your screen. Eldridge looking downfield. Eldridge taking a shot. Eldridge intercepted in the middle of the field by Ryan Camacho. Ryan Camacho all the way to the 33-yard line. So we saw Jovan atone for his mistake and Ryan as well.
He did too. The Camachos, they'll turn it over, but they get it back for you. Again, I don't know where that quarterback was throwing the football because that was to nobody in a blue jersey.
Team leading third interception of the year for Ryan Camacho, and it comes at a crucial time as Saugus was threatening to drive. And
I think that pass, he was trying to get to Pride Ruiz, and it just floated on him. It just floated. Had he been able to get it to him, they had some space, but that ball floated on him.
So that kind of makes you think, how much do you extend the trust of Eldridge in the passing game? And why not just keep running with Schaefer, churning out the clock, because now
keep the ball away from West Ranch.
Can't keep hitting West Ranch chances. They just have too many playmakers.
They will eventually score.
Exactly. Still Ryan Camacho in the backfield. No LaRon Huff. 32-yard line, second down and 9. Egan to Glasgow. Did he get the toes in this time?
Looks like he dragged a toe.
And so there it is. They've been trying to get the ball to him in the second half. They tried him in the flat. They tried him down the left sideline last drive, and they finally, on the third attempt, involved their speedster, Kawan Glasgow, as he takes him deep inside the red zone. Look at this pass. Look at this catch. Kawan Glasgow.
Are we about to see the dam break for West Ranch?
Certainly looking that way on this drive. Handoff.
They've done a great job. Saugus' defense has done a great job containing Camacho and Huff.
It is still Ryan Camacho in the backfield. Glasgow averaging just under 20 yards a catch this season, has 5 touchdown receptions. Second and 10 from the 11. Egan to Jovan. Jovan looking for a path to the end zone. Saugus being aggressive with their tackling and almost...
He put 2 arms on that ball. He was not going to let that one get stripped out.
Yeah, I was going to say Saugus almost looking to come in with the strip.
It's the big third down here for West Ranch. They've been knocking on the door all game to score, and they have yet to come through it.
Will the levee break? 5-0 Saugus. West Ranch. Third down and 6 from the 7-yard line. Egan right away. This time on the left side of Jovan. Jovan looking for room in the middle of the field, but a whole lot of silver and navy is there to greet him.
It really seems West Ranch is just trying to get their ball to players, and it's not even so much they're designing their offense to do anything other than just get the ball to their player in space and have him work for it. Because they put him out there and gave him the ball, and there was no blockers. That was just all. He was surrounded by defenders as soon as he caught the ball.
So now 4th down and 6. Can Saugus hold once again? Empty backfield. Weston Egan surveying the field across the middle. Looking for a flag is Mason James, and he gets it from the officials. A lot of contact in the middle of the field.
I don't know about that. That was he sort of, it looked like he ran into him. Like that was the defender's territory, and he ran into him.
There's the call.
Oh, yeah, maybe he did get to him. Yeah, he did to him.
45. Not playing the ball, playing the...
James Sturwalt was going after the receiver. He did not play the ball. Had he just been looking at the quarterback, it could have been an interception. But there, Egan's not afraid to throw into that double coverage again. He enjoys the challenge.
So now a new set of downs. Only 4 yards away. This time, 3 men in the backfield joining Egan and Carson Smith. Looks like he went in the fast lane without putting a signal on. There's the official call.
Encroachment.
Brain Balance of Valencia, one of our sponsors tonight.
They got the ball on the 1 yard line.
Brain balance, a coordinated and systematic approach that's impossible to find elsewhere. They help kids with ADHD, Asperger, behavioral issues. 4th down and 1. Here we go. Handoff. Ryan Camacho. So Ryan Camacho, who fumbled on the last drive, intercepted the ball on defense, writes the final chapter of his mini book, ending it with a touchdown to put West Ranch on top 6-5. They finally get through.
They finally broke through, and I wonder if that's going to open the floodgates and can Saugus answer, because they're going to need to answer. Because their offense hasn't been pushing the ball very far downfield all game.
Demas knocks it through. West Ranch on top 7-5 after their first scoreless first half of the season. They come out in the second half still a little sloppy, but on the second drive, it's Ryan Camacho through the left side of the offensive line.
Capitalizing on that costly interception.
And of course the key play, that pass interference call.
Huge.
4th down.
That was 4th down. There's a huge pass interference call. Well, let's see if Saugus can get their act together on offense and move the ball down the field.
Saugus's scoreless defensive streak ends as well with that shutout last week. They shut out first half tonight, but now all of a sudden down 2.
You can't keep giving such a talented offense like West Ranch that many chances. They're eventually going to score a touchdown.
Saw the same thing with Canyon last week. Ground ball to the up man or the mid man. That's
with the squib kick there. I'm not sure.
36, Reed Huseman. First time he's touched the ball tonight.
Well, Saugus got some good field position off that squib kick. And the way West Ranch's defense has been playing, why don't you kick it deeper and play defense? But
81, Justin Barker for West Ranch. See the track and our new LED boards.
Eldridge got some room. This is a big 15-yard run by the quarterback.
That is Eldridge keeping it on that. So they have now gone platoon with Elijah Gragas, which was kind of a pregame rumor. They stuck with Eldridge behind center.
False start again.
Tom Saugus, seeing the limitations of their personnel, I don't think you try a pass like they did last drive unless they absolutely have to. Keep running the ball, keep grinding it out, keep West Ranch offense off the field, keep this game as close as possible. Quick pass, complete. James Sumter, the man who blocked the punt for the safety earlier in the game, on the reception, a short grab. Juan Glasgow hyped up after that touchdown drive on defense.
Well, now Saugus is backed up second and very long. And they're going to get desperate here to score at a second.
Nice job by Glasgow right away. Eldridge for Devin Thompson and Jovan Camacho. So despite, I believe, the still absence of Lewis Kim, you see West Ranch's defense tightening up like they did last week in the second half. Thompson
they did, but
shaking up.
Saugus isn't testing them up the middle either. They've run to the outside. They've done short passes to the outside. They've done sweeps to the outside. The QB ran to the outside. They haven't tested them up the middle, which
That's
is
true. Why get away from it? Thompson had the wind knocked out of him earlier, and he might have had it knocked out again on that play.
Another flag on the play. Saugus cannot afford to be giving away yards like this. They needed an answer on this drive, and they are not doing it.
And Thompson will be helped over to the bench.
That could be a big loss if he can't get back in there.
Eldridge rolling, Eldridge looking, Eldridge throwing, Eldridge complete
Wow.
to Pride Ruiz. So that was a play and a pass very similarly interception throw, which I said they should not try again, but hey, they pulled it off right there.
3rd and 18, you gotta go for it. Big play.
The situation warranted it, and they came through.
Pride Ruiz is having quite a little game.
Demoria Pride Ruiz. Quite a game, quite a name.
Where's his pads on the outside?
On the 31-yard line. .313 to go. Schaefer. And so they do attack the middle that time on 1st down. And Schaefer moving the pile a bit.
Well, they need to do that. Kim's not there. They need to keep the ball away from West Ranch. And the way to do that is to run it up the middle. Chew up the clock. They only need a field goal here to get the lead back.
True, and their kicker's already hit a 36-yarder. So he's got a bit of a confidence going into this College of the Canyons night sky. The trees behind the goalpost, that's the view he'd be looking at. Eldridge in trouble. Eldridge looking for room. Eldridge does a nice job of navigating.
Yeah, he turned what a sack into about 4 yards.
Eldridge had a huge game against Buenaventura, throwing and rushing, one of their close victories.
He was looking to run again there.
The pursuit there, he's lucky the ball was knocked out of his hand, not knocked out of his hand by Joseph.
Looks like he got a little shaken up on that play. Looks like he was looking deep, and then he took it in, tucked it in to start running it, and took a lick. Looks like it might be his shoulder.
So he's walking off toward the sideline. Came down maybe on that shoulder or elbow.
Yeah, he just took a pop on it.
So Tanner Brown will come out for the field goal attempt. Try to get the distance for you on this one. You're talking 43 yards here.
That's a 43-yard field goal.
He hit the 36-yarder earlier, so they believe in the leg of Tanner Brown.
Well, it's kind of hard when your quarterback just got knocked out. Oh, a little miscommunication on the sideline. Forcing them to waste a timeout could be crucial. You got to have that field goal team prep to run out there when you need a field goal. But looks like with the injury, there was a little miscommunication. People didn't know who was supposed to get out there.
And what goes through the mind of Tanner Brown here as he has extra time to think about this kick?
Yeah, did they ice their own kicker with that penalty or with that timeout?
Struggled in a lot of ways.
Brianna was diagnosed with visual and auditory processing disorder and dyslexia.
You know when your child is struggling. Discover Brain Balance. Our program delivers on the promise of a better life for your child and your entire family.
She's always reading now.
Ella is a completely different child after Brain Balance.
This really is the answer.
Find real help for your struggling child. Call 800-877-5500 or visit brainbalance.com.
43-yarder.
Here he
Tanner
goes.
Brown.
Brown, that will be
Well
way
short. Well, you had to try. You had to try to get the lead, right? Your quarterback went down. You had Gragas was warming up on the sideline, but probably not ready to go in.
What's interesting about their kicking game, I don't know if this is a misprint or not, but according to the Max Prep stats, Colton Dolder has been the man doing the main kicking this year, 10 to 12 on PATs. Tanner Brown only 2 for 2 coming in. Might just be a typo. As Brown had that long field goal earlier, but missing from 43 yards out, and West Ranch clinging on to this 2-point lead. Will take back over on offense from their own 20-yard line.
See if they can build on what they were doing the last drive.
the end of the last drive with a short Ryan Camacho touchdown run. The first touchdown of the game, the first score of the game for the Wildcats. They've been racking up points all season long, but not here tonight just yet. Egan taking a shot, looking for Quan Glasgow.
Almost picked off by Pride Ruiz.
Man, Glasgow, who's a defensive back himself, had to turn into one at the end of that play. Not establishing the rhythm. When he came into that game, I keep going to the Oak Park game, I know it might have been a lesser opponent, but when he threw those 5 touchdowns, he had a great rhythm going with Glasgow. Hit him for 2 long touchdowns on a similar play down the sideline. But tonight, not really lining up for the Wildcats. A long passing game. Ryan Camacho. Now I'm starting to wonder if LaRon Huff's okay. Ryan Camacho,
he hasn't been in.
Runner, but
I don't see him over there on the side. I can't tell if he's over. They're not working on him over there on the sideline.
There's Camacho, number 2. LaRon Huff wears number 6. 3rd down and 9 as the 3rd quarter is coming to a close momentarily. You get Jovan across the middle. Jovan, nice tackle. Saved a lot of yardage.
Another big 3rd and long pickup for West Ranch. Egan looks like he's feeling a little bit more confident in the second half.
And off to Ryan again.
Again, that running game hasn't been there for either side tonight. Both defensive lines, both front sevens are doing great jobs stopping the run. No one's really gone off.
And that'll do it. After 3 quarters, West Ranch on top, but only by a score of 7-5. So the 4th quarter should be real interesting from College of the Canyons here on LivePlaySports.tv. Stay tuned. Fourth quarter football about to get underway here on LivePlaySports.tv. I'm Patrick O'Sullivan alongside Eddie Pence. Eddie, 7-5, West Ranch on top, but as the story has been after every quarter thus far, if you're Saugus, a position you'd want to be in.
Yeah, I mean, you're within striking. You're 2 points down. You just need a field goal.
And you're the underdog coming in. West Ranch, explosive offense. You have to get loose, and how about a big sack on Weston Egan to start the 4th quarter.
Big jailbreak sack.
Team effort. 56 in on the action. Miles Allen, first time we called his name tonight, 6'4".
He's a big boy. And they just it looks like they just did a jailbreak 45 coming in there.
82
James
as well,
Stewart.
Smith.
Unblocked. And it was like 3 or 4 guys on the sack there.
3rd down and 17. Saugus know they still have a chance in this game. He completes to Jovan Camacho, but out of bounds.
Well, that picked up a lot of yards. Makes it 4th and manageable if you're going to go for it on 4th down here, which would be a risky move.
Out of bounds on that.
Oh, it was out of bounds.
So he caught the ball, but only got 1 foot in it.
Out of bounds, so yeah, you have to punt here. Well.
So Dylan Josak averaging over 43 yards a punt this season.
Saugus takes another timeout. Burning it early. But that's what Saugus had to do. I mean, West Ranch was starting to get some momentum, picked up a couple big first downs there, and then they held West Ranch. Now they force them to punt. They're going to get good field position, possibly around the 50-yard line. Going up against a 5-0 team, you really couldn't ask for a better place to be in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I'd say the more the clock ticks away, and if the game still has this sort of makeup, Saugus got to feel confident, got to like your chances. If they can let it come down to, or force it to come down to a one-score game.
Not a good punt. It looks like Saugus is going to have some really good field position.
So on this drive, you just come out right up the middle, Quinn Schaefer.
And we already know Tanner Brown can kick it from 36 yards.
Attack that defensive line. Schaefer, who has been so steady all year long on the ground for them. He's their only real chance at setting up the passing game. The short passing game has been somewhat effective. But yeah, like you said, Tanner Brown waiting in the wings. Just takes one field goal to put them back on top. Here we go. Schaefer cutting through the line of scrimmage. Quinn Schaefer hang on to that ball. And a huge run at this point of the game by Quinn Schaefer down to the 32-yard line.
We also have a new quarterback in there too. Elijah Garagas.
Look at Schaefer break through the line of scrimmage.
And that's, you don't have Kim there in the middle there, clogging it up.
Back to Schaefer. Schaefer starting to stop. Schaefer with a nice move. Schaefer to the outside, so he didn't get much, but he looked good on that one.
It looked good.
So yes,
But again,
Elijah,
you don't know, like, you don't have that big run stopper in the middle there with Kim gone.
And Elijah Gregg has plenty of experience. He's started the last couple of weeks when Eldridge was out with an injury, but he's turned the ball over a ton. Shotgun, Gragas looking in the air. Gragas firing. Intercepted. Is it? By Ryan Camacho, his second interception of the game. And he just kind of left a duck out there.
And you had just mentioned it right before he threw it. That, Elijah Garagas has turned it over a ton this season.
12 turnovers in his last 3 games. His second play of the night here.
This one he should have probably just taken the hit instead of trying to get rid of it. You don't want to hang a ball out there in the flat like that. 9
interceptions, 3 fumbles. He's tough to win like that.
And that's been the story of this game. Every time you think one team is getting some momentum, they'll do something to turn the ball over.
And back to Ryan Camacho again. Ryan Camacho breaking to the outside of the 20, the 25, the 30, and the 34. So Ryan Camacho, who's already got a touchdown run, who's already got 2 interceptions.
Camacho has his fingerprints all over this game.
Absolutely. He's always got to feel frustrated they don't let him return kicks back. He opened the season with a 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And here tonight, he's trying to run home a victory with the undefeated Wildcats.
And is this where we see West Ranch start to open up the floodgates a little bit and move down the field?
Is their man Quan Glasgow?
Oh, see what I'm saying?
Ryan Camacho again.
They just, when you start getting momentum, they do something to stop themselves. Both offenses have been doing that all night long.
Ugly game, 7-5. West
Very
Ranch
ugly game.
on top.
Penalties, turnovers,
Fumbles, interceptions.
mental lapses all over the place. Honestly, if one team just played a little less mistakes, it wouldn't be that close.
This does lend to the unpredictability of league games, though. Weston Egan, whole lot of trouble, brought down by 25 and, I believe, 56.
Miles Allen, 6'4".
And 25, Tyler Hampstead.
And Saugus is coming up big after that turnover. Their defense is answering.
Probably goes as half a sack for each of those young men. 3rd down and 24, so wow, Saugus, yeah, really making up for that turnover if they can stop West Ranch right here. Spin move by the quarterback. I don't think that was allowed.
Incomplete pass.
That's an incomplete pass. They played it. That was very far ahead.
We have 4th and a quarter of the field.
But Saugus stopping West Ranch again. So
they're going to get it back with some really great field position. And wouldn't that be something if Saugus could kick a field goal and beat West Ranch without scoring a touchdown?
That would be pretty amazing, considering the way this season has gone for West Ranch specifically. And wow,
he is
gets it.
lucky to get that ball off. And again, 45-yard line.
Okay, so let's see who the quarterback is for Saugus, because that's going to dictate You can't put Gragas in a position to make more mistakes. It's proven that
he turns the ball over.
He will turn the ball over. In a game like this, 7-5, Schaefer is your main weapon. I put almost all my trust in
And you
Schaefer.
don't. This game is so close, and the defense is playing so well. You don't have to ask Gragas to win the game for you. Just don't lose the game.
You're missing Kim. You've got a standout running back, 68 degrees.
You only need about 30 yards here.
We're not in Mission Hills, though.
But it's 68 degrees in Mission Hills.
If you're traveling to Mission Hills. Hand off to Quinn Schaefer. Schaefer, there he is, left tackle. Nice run.
Just keep it on the ground. You don't need to. You don't need to throw it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Still Gragas in a quarterback. Gragas, despite that high turnover rate, a considerably higher completion percentage than Eldridge on the season. Schaefer looking for room. Schaefer.
If he didn't get it, he almost did.
So they're not in a position to run this entire chunk of time down.
But the way their defense is playing, if they can get a field goal here, I would feel good if I was Saugus.
Sure, and stop West Ranch on the other side of the ball. So Gragas keeping it and keeping the chains moving. First down and 10, 7:45 to go. Fourth quarter, 7-5, Foothill lead. Ugly football game, but it's kind of beautiful. It's such a close game. Field in the background. Schaefer. 23.
Well,
the tackle.
They're doing what we said. They must be listening to us.
Grayson Thomas. He didn't get by Thomas. If he did get by Thomas, he had a path of the end zone.
But at this point, I mean, Saugus doesn't want to score too quick. They want to run that clock down.
Gragas to Schaefer. Nice job. Nice pursuit by West Ranch. 54, Ethan Eichten getting behind the line of scrimmage to slow down Schaefer. See the replay. Shotgun.
Yeah, he snuck around the side. Missed block by 52.
There's Schaefer. Schaefer to the right side. Schaefer tripped up.
Big first down.
There you go.
Tanner Brown was warming up too, but
this might be a matter of Saugus' coaching staff outthinking himself a little bit early in the second half. Smash mouth to Schaefer seems to be working.
That's what you go to, especially when you get your starting quarterback goes down. And he came in and threw an interception on the last series. You want to just keep the ball on the ground.
First and 10 from the 17. Short pass complete on the top of your screen, number 5, but a nice tackle by Jovan Camacho. The receiver is Jacob DeBritz, his first reception of this ball game.
I don't see well, I got a personal foul. That's a costly penalty right now.
Boy, that's tough to see.
Oh.
Looks like it's off screen.
There's a little confusion right now. If it's on Saugus or West Ranch.
Are they going to pick this flag up?
We got a zebra huddle, zebra conference. So coming out here to clarify it. I didn't see the personal foul.
Indeed.
But that is crushing right now.
Probably get in this shot. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, right over here. Late hit. I didn't see who did it.
Oh, flying into your screen.
It was like Thomas Barrero, 59.
So second and 24 from the 31. Gragas on the run. Gragas looking for someone, and a nice little sideline play to 15. Cole Gallagher. So Gragas showing his skill.
Well, they got him out of the pocket. They cut his options down to 1. So it's either there and you throw it, or you throw it away, or you run with it. You eliminate the read.
So no Tanner Brown on 3rd and 12. Oh, I thought it was 4th. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't want to kick a field goal on 3rd down.
3rd down. I thought it was 3rd. I think the scoreboard said 3rd down before that, but now it's 3rd and 12. Right up the gut. Keeping the ball. Gragas, he's got to hang on to that down to the 15.
15, and you were in field. You were in Tanner Brown range right now.
So here comes Tanner Brown. The fate of this game may be decided by his leg. He had a 36-yard field goal in the first half. He missed a 43-yarder as well in this game. He has a chance to put his team, the underdogs, on top 8-7. If he can knock this one through from looks like about 32 yards.
32, shorter than the one he made. Oh no. Are they going to make Tanner's life a little more difficult?
.59", 140-pound senior Tanner Brown, and Pride Ruiz looks excited by the officials.
Wow. So does that change your mind, or they're bringing Tanner Brown off? They're going to go for it on 4th and oh, they're keeping him out there. So they're going to walk him off. You got to kick the field goal here, even though it is 4th and short. You could. What would you do here?
5:09 to go.
4th and a half.
Fourth quarter.
4th and a half a yard.
Brown knocked the 36-yarder through, and he badly missed the 43-yarder. But this
is an extra point, basically. And if you can get a first down here, you can take off another 3 minutes off the clock.
Well,
and they're bringing Saugus back out.
4th down and 1. Now, do you do the keeper, or do you go to Quinn Schaefer?
I do the keeper. He did the keeper earlier and got 5 yards.
Given his turnover history, I almost want to just hand the ball to Schaefer. Trust him. Here we go. Stack that line of scrimmage. Of course, Schaefer right behind Gragas. Gragas marching forward. Gragas.
First down.
A timeout was called by Saugus before the snap. Wow, disorganization.
What is going on? They had the first down. They had the push. They had the push.
My, oh my. The drama that they are writing the script themselves.
I mean, Nathan Tripp, look at the size of that guy. I mean, just go behind him. That's you can get. If you can't get half a yard behind that guy.
Tripp, number 55, listed as a nose guard, 5'11", 270, also a center on offense, split screen. And these coaches.
I wonder what caused them to call the timeout there. Did they think the play clock was running down?
They must have thought they saw something at the last second and wanted to make an adjustment. But Gragas, he's 6'1", so he has enough height that you trust him at quarterback. He just really has to lean forward as long as he gets a slight push.
Go behind 55 Tripp. They just did it 30 seconds ago.
Could be the ball game here if West Ranch gets the ball back and hangs on over their scores. And Gragas, not as big of a lean as he got on the initial carry.
That would be really something if they did not get it now because they called that timeout.
I do think we'll see the measurement team. 4:42 to go.
24 thinks they got it.
Dick's still on the sideline.
It's just a shade inside the 12-yard line. Or the 7-yard line. Just a shade inside.
See this angle. West Ranch pile pushing it to the left, but moment of truth, and he gets the first down. So Elijah Gragas comes through with 3-foot yardage. New hope.
Went right behind Tripp. I-55. They got first and goal from the 7-yard line now with 4 minutes to go and a 2-point deficit.
Right here, you do not want to rely on Tanner Brown. You want to punch this ball into the end zone. To Schaefer. Schaefer looking for room. Schaefer inside the 5. And he falls down to about the 3.5-yard line.
Yeah. Just take your time getting back to the line. Call your play. Eat up that clock.
He's seen only one touchdown tonight, and that was by Ryan Camacho of the Wildcats. Saugus with the field goal on the safety, looking for their first TD of the evening. Backup quarterback Elijah Gragas. keeps it. Gragas up the middle. Gragas into the end zone for the touchdown. Saugus takes the lead with 4:07 to go behind the backup quarterback who has been the starter lately, coming off the bench to spell Nathan Eldridge. He had the big 4th and short run for a first down, and now he punches it in.
And they were running that same play in warm-ups. That QB draw play.
The lead.
A little inside fake handoff and the QB draw.
(11-7).
Still plenty of time for West Ranch. They have all 3 timeouts.
In the 2-point conversion or no? Yes, they are in that formation.
The old muddle huddle.
15 direct snap. Hands to Pride Ruiz, so I think overthinking there.
Yeah, I think you just kick the extra point there and just...
Or if you're going to do something more standard. Just hand the ball to Schaefer or a short pass.
Don't give it to Pride Ruiz with no blockers.
Nonetheless, Saugus on top, 11-7. Here's Gragas again. So West Ranch got to keep their eyes on Schaefer, but Gragas doing a nice job of late attempted a tackle by Quan Glasgow.
Well, West Ranch has 4 minutes. And if they can stop shooting themselves in the foot here, they can. This game can be theirs. But they've all night long, they put themselves in bad positions with turnovers.
And whatever it's been, it hasn't let this offense get into rhythm tonight. Now's the time. There's no more excuses. They've got to start clicking. They've got to have their playmakers come through, whether it's Ryan Camacho, whether it's Quan Glasgow. We have not seen LaRon Huff, unaware of his injury status.
Egat's got to come out. He's got to be sharp in his decisions.
Moment of truth for Egat. He hasn't been in this position yet. Late in the game, chance to win it.
They need a touchdown. 80 yards to go. Let's see if Egat can rise to the occasion.
One of the men in the backfield for West Ranch is Zachary Van Bennekum. There's Ryan Camacho. Ryan Camacho through the line of scrimmage. Ryan Camacho to the 40.
Give it to your playmakers.
Camacho plays football like he just doesn't want to lose.
Yeah. He never comes off the field.
Under 4 to go. Now 60 yards all of a sudden from taking a lead. Field goal won't do it. Egat back to Ryan Camacho. Ryan Camacho for about 3.
They don't need to be in a hurry. They got plenty of time. 3 timeouts. 3.5 minutes. Just make good decisions when you got the ball.
Fans on their feet. 4 wideouts, shotgun. Egat to Ryan Camacho, runs into a pile and a half. So nice adjustment by Saugus after the big Camacho run.
It is. Well, then now, you think West Ranch is in 4-down territory here? I mean, with 3 timeouts and 3 minutes left.
I think so. I think so. Undefeated season hanging in the balance, 5-0 for the first time in school history. Saugus coming in tonight 3-3. 11-7 lead, under 3 minutes to go. Egat in the flat to Ryan Camacho. Ryan Camacho, so they're putting a lot of trust in Ryan Camacho.
Saugus is just sitting back and not even, almost a prevent, not quite a prevent, but they're just sitting back, letting everything stay in front of them, and then breaking down on the ball.
Maybe this is part of Saugus' plan with so many playmakers on the West Ranch side saying, hey, we'll give you Camacho, but we're not going to give you Glasgow and these other guys.
Well, I'm sure the defensive coach is saying we're defending the goal line here. We're not defending the yardsticks. We're defending the goal line because that's what's important here. Because they can get down, they can go down as far as they want. They just can't let them score a touchdown.
So now it's 4th down and 5. 45.
This could be the ball game.
Drama. The rallying cell phone lights. Guess that's a common thing now, huh?
Made famous by Bray Wyatt.
Interior body coming out in droves. College of the Canyon's huge field, stadium, facility to be playing.
Huh?
High school game. Beautiful place.
Here's a season-defining moment for Egot.
This is it. They lost Colton Mitchell. They transferred from Texas to a cracked shoulder a couple of weeks ago. Weston Egot has a chance to be the hero. 55 yards to go, 2:27 on the clock, down 4. Egot, and just doesn't have the zip on the ball. Saugus knocking it away, number 22 on 4th down, Blake Adams. 22 with 2:22 on the clock.
Still plenty of time because Wildcats still have 2 timeouts and over 2.5 minutes to go. And it's not like Saugus has just moved the ball at will.
But you look at a play like that, it's a microcosm of how they've been compared operating early this season to recently. It's fundamentals of, I got to say it, the quarterback's arm strength. There's not enough zip on the ball to make that cross.
I would roll the quarterback out, give him an option to throw or pass with only 5 yards to pick up.
They started the season with Mitchell with a big arm. Quinn Schaefer with a great move to the outside. Quinn Schaefer turning the corner. Quinn Schaefer turning back inside. Quinn Schaefer. Wow. Schaefer looking like Ryan Camacho now. He doesn't want to lose this ball game.
He doesn't want to lose this ball game. They can smell it. They can feel the game.
And that's the heart and soul of this team. They've leaned on him so much the first 6 weeks of this season coming into this one as a runner and also a receiver.
And I hate to harp on it, but the West Rich defense hasn't been the same since Kim left the game.
It's absolutely true. It's the times that Saugus got away from that they opened the doors for West Ranch, but once they realized, go back to that ground game right at the middle or off left tackle, that's when they've been the most successful. Or on the touchdown run, it was right at the middle.
Right at the middle. Especially losing your starting quarterback, having to bring in Saugus.
So,
and they haven't been able to stop the run game at all.
When it's all said and done, you did hear pregame they might go to a quarterback platoon. Now, this looks like it was forced by an injury, but nonetheless, Eldridge and Ragus with their fingerprints all over this game tonight. Quinn Schaefer might be the guy to bring it home as they hand it to Schaefer again. Schaefer up the middle. Schaefer still fighting for yards to the 20-yard line. 2:06, 2:05, 2:04.
Schaefer's taken this game over here in the last 2 drives. But you also have to give a lot of credit to the Saugus defense. They've held the Wildcat offense to 7 points.
Absolutely. After a shutout last week, 17-0. This is a team that's given up 51, 42, 49.
And West Ranch scored 35 last week, unanswered points.
2nd down and 4. Schaefer again. Schaefer smelling victory. Schaefer. As long as he's moving forward, it's looking good for Saugus.
Yep. Is that a Wildcat timeout?
3rd down and 1.
They cannot stop the clock anymore. This could be the ball game.
This is really the moment of truth now because you got to stop them. Now, we go back to that touchdown run, the play call here. Are you running Gragas or back to Schaefer?
I would just keep giving it to Schaefer. I mean, yeah, you could spread him out and do another draw, or you do the QB sneak with Gragas, but Schaefer's been your guy.
Especially on this drive. Looks like he has a lot of momentum going. He's running downhill.
But then again, you're behind Tripp on playing center. That kid's big. You can just QB sneak and get half a yard every time. We'll see what they do. Well, they're still in shotgun, so. Oh, no, they're going in.
And the keeper again, and looks like he got it from here.
Behind Tripp, 55. There he is. He knows. Tripp knows. The Wildcats cannot stop the clock.
1:20 to go. Saugus 11-7 on top of West Ranch.
I did not think the game would go this way. I did not think Saugus could hold West Ranch to 7 points. With all that talent on that side of the ball.
Taking a knee. They made the halftime adjustments last week, but this week, Saugus
West
executed
Ranch,
the game plan.
West Ranch made so many mistakes early on that they kept Saugus around. And when you do that,
with all those mistakes and everything coming into play, but essentially it is the same thing that Canyon did in the first half last week when they kept running Ryan Valdez up the middle.
right?
What stabilized this game for Saugus is Quinn Schaefer with these runs in the middle of the field, off left tackle, off right tackle, and right there.
And you just keep the ball away from West
It's
Ranch.
about to be official. So Saugus coming in tonight at 3-3. They were highly touted in the preseason. They disappointed a lot of those prognosticators, but now putting a mark on their season they can be proud of. Saugus upsetting the undefeated West Ranch Wildcats 11-7. West Ranch 5-0 for the first time in school history coming in. Now 5-1, now 1-1 in the Foothill League. The Centurions of Saugus High 4-3 overall, 1-1 in the Foothill League. So this certainly
It wasn't a pretty game, but it was a fun game to watch, especially in the second half.
shakes up the Foothill League schedule. Ryan Camacho, valiant effort with the 2 interceptions and a touchdown run. Western Egat never was able to break loose the big plays.
And is Saugus going to have a quarterback controversy coming out of this?
Well, it's the same guy that's been starting for them recently. So I think what matters to them is that they can play this gritty defense, keep running the ball with Schaefer, and they can minimize the turnovers at the quarterback position. They feel like they can hang with these teams in the Foothill League.
7 points in 8 quarters.
So how about that? Some unexpected result here tonight. There you see it, bottom right of your screen once again as the time is ticked off the clock. Jason Bourne and the Saugus Centurions upsetting West Ranch. The Wildcats 11-7 at the College of the Canyons on LivePlay I'm Patrick O'Sullivan. Eddie Pence, thanks for hanging with me.
Thank you. That was a great game. Fun to watch.
Some smash mouth football, some mistakes, but in the end, Saugus made enough plays on both sides of the ball to win this ball game. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Hey, up next, West Ranch, October 20th versus Hart and JT Shrout, the Cal-bound quarterback at 7 p.m. And Saugus will hope to keep this winning streak rolling as they go for 2 in a row. October 20th versus Valencia right here at College of the Canyons, 7:30 p.m. That's it tonight from COC here on LivePlaySports.tv.
I want to share something with you guys today. That's you're a lot smarter than you think you are. A lot of the students I work with, they think, oh, I don't have a talent in math, I'm never going to get it. All these smart kids, they don't have to study and they get the A's. And even though some kids might get it quicker than others, that doesn't mean that that hidden talent and expertise isn't within you too. Guys, you just have to work a little harder for it is all, just like I did. But I wasn't always good at math, you know? In fact, I stunk at it for a while. I got the C's, the D's, the F's, the N's. I had to retake classes, but I never stopped. And here's a statement that I want to share with you guys. It's one that I've always lived by. That's greater than talent is practice. Greater than practice is heart. Practice with heart, and you'll find that a little talent goes a long way. Think about that.